Now, worried by the proliferation of private schools occasioned by unwholesome activities in some of them, Borno State's Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation has revised guidelines for their establishment and operations within a view to sanitizing the system. Pauline Kujevana reports that under the reorganization, erring schools risk outright closure, among other penalties.
Information available to Borno State government shows that about 600 private schools operate in the state, out of which less than 300 are registered with the Ministry of Education, a development that necessitates sanitation measures by the ministry. Review of the guidelines for the establishment and operations of private schools and colleges warned erring schools to be compliant or face drastic penalties that may include license revocation and school closure, among others. Acting Chairman, National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, Amina Makintami, who extolled the new deal in schools management, is optimistic that the latest measures will propel further standardization of both learning and character molding in schools, assuring that school proprietors in the state will queue into the initiative for the attainment of envisaged results.
Of course, there are schools that did not meet up with the registration period, so they are warned seriously. And with the intervention of the association and the kind intervention also of the commissioner, he has given a window of 1 month.
At this meeting convened by the ministry, stakeholders were enlightened on the enforcement of the guidelines, including modalities for closure of schools that fail to live up to operational obligations. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
And now joining me live from Maiduguri is correspondent Maiduguri Adamu. Hello, Maiduguri. If you can hear me, tell us what's informed the latest measures on private school in Borno State.
Yes, welcome to Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, where the state is in a hurry to make up for the losses arising from prolonged years and protracted issues of hostilities of insurgents. The state is simply saying education should not be business as usual. As such, it is committed to sanitize, especially the private school sector, to rid them of some unwholesome practices that abound in that sector. I'm being joined right now by the Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Education in Borno State, Abba Lawan Wakilbe. Honorable Commissioner, sir, in definitive terms, what are the worries in the private school sector that necessitate some of the measures we are taking?
Proliferation. So many of them are coming up unregistered. Any nook of any part of the state you go, you see them in large number. And when we had an incident somewhere in 2022, where there was a slaughtering case in one of our schools, it made us to review all the procedures. We looked at our guideline and there were some gaps, so we reviewed our guideline. And we now saw the need for accreditation and re-accreditation of private schools. A notice was issued, 3 months ultimatum initially was given for registration. Subsequently, it was extended by another 3 months. We are anticipating that there are like 600 private schools, out of which only 266 registered. So we gave a notice of closure. But after a constant appeal, we extended the registration grace period by another month. So we want to sanitize the private school and ensure that they work in accordance to the stipulated state guideline.
By the guidelines you issued, what are the specific issues that you are considering?
1, nature of the environment they are operating. Is it residential or is it institutional? 2, nature of structure that is within that. 3, quality of teachers. 4, the curriculum that is being done there. 5, the proprietor himself. It must be somebody of good standing. 6, issues of SBMC and PTA. 7, taxes. 8 is the issue of registration fees from the private registration fees. Then 9 was the school registered before or it just started on its own.
For the deadline and the extension offered, what is the level of compliance so far?
So far it's very good. We have given them up to the end of October. But so far the compliance is very good. We hope many of them will meet up because this is the last stage.
What happened after the last date?
We will give instruction for closure.
Well, viewers, that's the Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Borno State, who is saying, despite the loss of time in the sector, quantity must rhyme with quality. And that's it from this end. Back to you in the studio.
Very much indeed, Major Ma'a.